Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the EU Qualifier. Pacing the game still here with my boy Nate Holmes, and we're going to have Ascension versus the Lollipop Lemon Squad or something like that coming up for you next year. LLS had a very difficult time against Ignite last time around. Ascension beat Ignite. I would think that the natural result of this match is that Ascension wins. So Nate, have they won already? That is the real question.
Uh, no, I don't think it's that straightforward. I think LLS got beat out in the draft stage. They picked quite a unorthodox draft. I'm hoping this time they go with a more traditional draft, and we get to see that right now.
Oh, indeed we do. Nice timing there. Nice prediction that they were going to go live with the draft here. And I think the best story that we've been seeing in this qualifier are the bans. So we have a Howitzer ban from Ascension and a Narbash ban from LLS. Why is Narbash so much more of a threat now over the Decker?
This is something I took a while to get around to because obviously you know my hatred for the Narbash. But after speaking to some players, especially people like Narenda, he is really powerful in early game. His damage actually does make a difference, and then the crash bang boom, as we've seen in some matches for the PCL, where I think it was Lucer was absolutely bringing the pain with the crash bang booms onto 4 or 5 people. Sort of similar to the Decker cage, but obviously it had the added damage on top of it. Still a weird ban in this situation. I would have thought that the Revenant would be a higher ban in the higher ban priority, but obviously not for them.
One thing that I am happy about with LLS, we get these awesome team names or player names back, so we'll go over those as we get into the game. But yeah, just going through these lineups, Revenant, as you said, picked up here for Ascension, and also the double stun for themselves as well, which they managed to run in game number 1 today.
Technically, I mean they got the triple CC because they got the Rampage, the Decker,
Right.
and the root from
or quadruple CC with the cryo.
Yeah, so they can really do some work, and I think they're just going to look to do what they did in the first game that we saw from them, where they're just trying to land the Decker stun, land the Rampage, and then just let the Revenant basically go to work. And if they get lucky, Cryocism on top of a black hole, that could be really messy.
Oh, one interesting thing about this one, after LLS's last performance, they've been dropped from Toronto Esports, so unfortunately it looks like their last performance, maybe that was sort of a tryout. They're like, all right, we're going to have these 2 teams, whichever team wins is on Toronto Esports.
Yeah, they've gone back to LLS. They felt they found they were much more at home with LLS, so they've gone back to.
Yeah, it's kind of like Cars, if you think about it. When Lightning McQueen doesn't win the race, but he pushes the blue car across the line, and then Dynaco are like, yeah, we'll hire you. He's like, nah, I like Rusty. So that's kind of like what LLS did here.
It's just interesting that they're still going to see the Sarath as their main ADC. It's not something we really see all that often.
Yep.
Like a non-traditional ADC. Maybe some Yin, but not a lot of Sarath. Yeah, Sarath usually used in the off lane rather than as a traditional ADC. But they feel they can do some work with that and Mural in the duo lane.
Yep, that is a suspiciously different picture too. I'm not sure what's so special about Sarath.
Yeah, they haven't used the character art from the game. I think that was a front screen a while back when Sarath. Yeah, so why does Morrigus not get the same? I suppose the picture for her was quite big, so it was a bit different. But
she was like purportedly the first melee carry, but actually that was Greystone. So
you'll never take that away from Greystone.
Yeah,
the people know. The people know.
Indeed, they do. I'm about ready to get into this game. Do you think we could maybe get that awesome? I'll actually unmute the audio so you can get that awesome, starting sounds for the teams. Because I'm pretty ready for this one. I think we've pretty much gone through this draft. LLS again with an interesting one, but I guess that's what we've come to expect from them.
Yeah, I mean they seem to want to play to a certain play style. Obviously, we're going to have, probably going to have the Bellica mid lane. I would imagine that's probably the safer pick, because a Morrigesh mid lane can be, if you can find it difficult for the Morrigesh mid lane, especially if you're not at a certain skill level. Their escapes are not the easiest,
Right.
But you can put down the burst. So if they think that she can challenge the Gideon better than the Bellica, they might put her in the mid lane anyway.
Yeah, it's like your best escape as a Marigesh is just put out as much damage as possible and hope you can get a kill in return. And generally, that's
Yeah.
how it goes. Marigesh to me seems like a very, like, much more into going 1-for-1. So like, if you kill the Marigesh, she's gonna probably take down somebody anyway, and her goal is just to take down an important hero in a fight. So if she can get into the Revenant, maybe that'll work here. Although if Revenant can get into the Reckoning, we will see what he does against that. And also Stasis Gem, very popular on heroes, so that is also another reason why Marigesh is not as good of a hero anymore. But here we go, that intro.
Ascension versus Lemon Lollipop Squad.
So good.
Yeah,
So
amazing. I'll never get over that. Maybe I will eventually. In any case, we are getting started with our third matchup of the day. LLS on the orange side. Blue side will be occupied by Ignite and Nate. We saw...
Team Ascension, sorry.
We got Ascension here, not Ignite any longer. I don't know. I'm still mourning Piff.
So we'll introduce the team. So for Team Ascension, we're going to see Sung on the Gideon, Artcore on the Decker, Nonox 3 on the Rampage, Insa on the Revenant, and Walu on the Aurora.
Yes, indeed we do. And this time I have the absolute honor and privilege of being able to introduce the Lollipop Squad's team. So we've got King Kirby 952 playing the Seraph, Zixer Zixani, one of the best names in the game, playing the Muriel. We've got Kiba Nokuma, he's been playing a Chimera, Muckabout 1 on the Marigesh in the offlane. And then finally Iceman 316 playing the Bellica mid.
Yeah, so we are going to see that Bellica mid and the Marigesh in the offlane.
Indeed,
Because both these heroes, I mean, they're able to poke at the minions, and the advantage the casters have in this offlane over, say, a melee hero is just able to poke at those minions and probably secure more last hits without putting himself in too much danger. But when you've got a Revenant and a Deckerstone waiting for you in the enemy duo lane, it's always a problem no matter what hero you're on.
So I want to point out this interesting start from the Chimera. He decides to go into the weak side jungle first. So he's going to rotate into the strong side about 2 minutes 15 and start hitting the jungle camps there. Do you know if there's any kind of reasoning behind this start?
I mean, usually with an Aurora, you don't go to pick the camps up, obviously with them having the buff. Oh, we missed a kill over there.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It clearly didn't matter, right?
But you can use the barrier to actually block the minions and have them freeze. The enemy can't. The enemy duo lane find it difficult to freeze it higher up. They have to freeze it right in front of the tower. So you can start leeching that XP and that CXP. But as for the Chimera benefiting greatly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's going to be out for this river buff in time. He seems intent on doing his camps.
Yeah, he doesn't really seem to be putting a whole lot of emphasis on the river camp at all. Meanwhile, Rampage on the mid lane going right after Iceman 316. The Seismic Assault does go through, but Nanox gets the first blood once again. This is the first blood master here, and nobody's even checked to see if that red buff is still there. Seraph is going to walk over. That's very interesting that your Seraph rotates off the lane and doesn't even go for it. I believe that's still up, right? My eyes aren't deceiving me.
No, yeah, it's still up. I mean, Chimera's he just wants to hit minions at the minute. He just wants to smash little minions in the head. He hasn't got time for no river buff.
Rotation by the Rampage, and the Marigesh gets a little bit unlucky. Jumping onto one of the minions, getting stuck up there, setting up an easy stun for the Rampage. The Seismic Assault misses from Bellica. And it seems like Ascension are having things handed to them here.
Yeah, it was a little unfortunate there from the Marigesh just getting knocked into the minion's head and doing a little dance up there. Iceman coming in, it'd be nice if it hit the stun, but I don't think it had done much. The tower aggro wouldn't have transferred. So just doing what you can to hold the tower right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was so that kill by the Rampage wasn't the first blood. I actually was making a mistake there, but it was the first blood shown on screen. So clearly, the first one did not actually matter. So the first blood that matters here in this game here. We still have Chimera going for the buff at 4 minutes 30 seconds. Clearly not the time that it spawns, but can't really blame him for trying. He is trying to make a little bit happen out of the green buff. And if you're a jungler out there, that is why you try to go into the strong side jungle, because that's where your green buff is. And you can work out the timing at 3 minutes. Aurora forced to get away from King Kirby 952 here. He's actually going to try to play up against Zixani as well. Chimera with rotation onto left. Let's see if the camera manages to make it over to left as well, but it doesn't really end up mattering anyways. We stay here on the right lane.
It's committed to this lane, mate. It's committed to this lane.
Yeah. It's very important to have commitment as an observer. So I definitely respect that. But rotation to the mid lane. Rampage in with Rocky should be able to hit this, as we just see the camera view move around. I believe that was Hero Chase, so it's not like he really had a choice on that one. But they do manage to get another kill at mid. Right onto the Belka, really making it difficult for her to get up to her Neural Disruptor and all of the levels that she so desperately needs. It's really important to get up to level 8 as a caster, since that is when you can get full levels into your nuke.
Yeah, for cast, it's always more important to get those levels in the CXP. Obviously, the CXP does matter, but the levels are where the damage usually comes from for those casters.
Inns are currently chasing down Keeping Nakuma. One shot will do it. One shot does. And he finds another kill out onto Chimera.
Yeah, the duo lane from Team Ascension just having a bit of a easier time. Although the Aurora is putting up she's one of those. She's so slippery, and so she's almost built to defend that off lane tower just with her kit and just to avoid damage and not feed the enemy duo lane as well.
Looking at our early cards, I guess the most interesting one is the first card Meltdown on Chimera, as Decker finds one kill with the stun. Belga trying to get in there, but the Decker's going to outplay, outlast, and outkill the Belka there. Keeping Nakuma wants to try to get in on insert here, as Decker goes back to the base. Looks like the Revenant doesn't matter at all, because Decker is safe.
Yeah, very well played there from Hardcore. Just trying that very fine line between nearly dying and just helping your carry out.
Oh, is that a micro nuke? I don't know. My eyes are not as good anymore. I think I might be blind, Nate. Nate, can you do an eye check on me?
They're still good. They're still both there.
You sure? I mean, you can't see my face right now, but you want to do an eye check?
Dear God.
Rotation over to the right lane for Ascension. Finally getting the team name right here. You'll be pushing it on the tier 1 tower. Seraph will have to be difficult, and I can tell you that one thing that the Seraph does not like is having her farm taken away from her here, making it difficult to move up to the creep wave. Here comes Rampage. He's angry. He's going right for Angel Blood. She's going to get the Ascension wave, but the easy rock from Nanox finishes off the kill and should secure themselves a tier 1 tower.
Yeah, good rotation there from Team Ascension, just securing the kill, securing the tower. That's what they came here to do, and that's what they're going to do.
Cryo onto Muriel, and the stun falls on top of it. The Frost there, the Hoarfrost got it, as Insert gets another kill on the other side of the map, and poor Zixer Zixani, he's going to get pushed in by the Glacial Charge, blocked by the wall, and eventually killed off there on the right lane as well. So it's just a lot of engagements not really going LLS's way at all.
Yeah, it was a good engagement. I'm really impressed by Welly's play there. I thought the Cyrusism was just off, but it managed to hit her. And then the rock into the Hoarfrost, and the Glacial Charge just enough to put that barrier up to give them the time to get through the Muriel shields and finish the job.
Target getting taken quite low and actually killed off by Revenant's Reckoning over at the tier 2, and LLS slow to respond. Eventually they do. Unfortunately for them, it doesn't really look like Ascension are in a position to do anything else on the map, but Decker, she was engaged on a little bit, but manages to evade all attempts by LLS to get her down, and is actually farming up here, farming Decker here on the lane, confident as all get out.
Supports need TXP too.
Yeah, indeed they do. Seismic Assault, the Void Bomb. There's going to be a containment fence keeping them in. Artcore is going to get away because of this one. Throws in a stun. Revenant is lurking. Revenant's going right for Macabout 1, who will get chased down by Rampage. Rock hits. Of course it does. Iceman through in 6. He's going to try to get in the fight. And look at this. Muriel's trying to help out as much as possible. Rampage is just so strong right now. He's going to go underneath the tower. Eventually, that Obliterate does exactly that. Tabelica taking her down. And here comes Chimera on the backside. But does he have the damage to take down anybody from Ascension? He's going to go in, has the green buff, goes right for Insert. That should probably be a kill, as a green buff pops right on top of Insert's face. That's not really a good thing to wake you up in the morning. And keeping Akuma, he is out for blood right now. Actually out for gold buff blood, which I guess he does get.
Yeah, we questioned his rotations early game, but that one was quite important. I thought he was going to struggle, but a lot of Team Ascension, as he goes straight onto the deck on the tower. This man does not care, and he's going to pay with his life.
Why was he there?
Yeah, I think he just wanted to catch the Decker back in. Unfortunately, Rampage had other ideas about that.
He thought he had something, as do LLS here. Cryo on top of a black hole. They're being frozen and pulled into a lot of pain here, as Seraph is trying to get in with some damage, going right for Gideon. Can she even take him down? Gideon with the portal over easily gets out of that one. And the Dark Rift proves to be the Seraph's undoing. Clearly not in charge of all of those evil energies. And that's going to be a 2-0 over at right.
Yeah, it was well played by Sung there. He knew that the Seraph had aggro from the minions as well. They were doing a lot of work. She didn't actually have to put in the auto attacks, just kite around the minions, and then that little portal there just to keep him out of harm's way as well.
So, 11 minutes in, and LLS still in a lot of trouble. I can even barely even imagine that the Raptors are up right now. It doesn't really seem like Ascension need it too much at all to find the card points available on the map, because they can just keep on farming heroes, which the Rampage seems to be looking right now inside the weak side jungle. He should have the ult. He pops it off there. Should be a stun. He's gonna jump. I guess he already threw out that rock, and yep, the damage is definitely there onto the Belka, taken out by a Decker of all heroes. And here comes the slowing bubble as well. I don't even know if that's what it's actually called, but King Kirby 952 is going to be killed off here. So Reckoning from Inser proves to be her undoing. And once again, Ascension should have easy access to the Raptors.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the... I mean, I think Decker's gone to... Who's in there with a Decker, Rampage, and the Revenant, I believe? Yeah, it looks like they're going to have a free Rap to take here. LLS not really in a position to contest it right now.
Yeah, right now they're trying to contest with a Gideon on the mid lane while all this is going down. And it's an easy rotation into mid after Ascension have taken all those Raptors, and they're probably going to be fighting on the mid lane, even though I can't see any of it. Looks like Gideon's going to be doing some really good work. There goes Inser with the kill as Chimera. Okay, finally we do see that, as Muriel is going to fall as well. Doing the best we can here, guys.
So we don't even have the mini-map to go off anymore, as the bug is back.
Yeah, true. Seraph back on the mid lane. Inser is very easily going to be doing some damage to her, nearly killing her off with the Obliterate. One more rock from Gideon can do it, but Seraph is going to get back to her tier 2 tower before she's in danger of that one. But one thing that is not going to be saved here is the tier 1 tower, taken again by Ascension. And I think they went for a 19-minute prime against Ignite, if I remember correctly. So yeah, they should be in a pretty good position for it here, and they clearly have a lot more kills than they did in the first game today as well.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to pick up this black on in, so I'm not sure they're going to rotate for prime just yet, although they do have the opportunity to do it.
Honestly, they're just waiting here, and inside the jungle, the rock hits on Kiba Nakuma. Can he get out of here? The only thing he can do is jump in, and Rampage is fine with that. Muriel will come in with the RF. Rampage actually going to decide to back up here and walk his big hulking self away. His team doesn't seem to want to respond at all. Decker and Aurora seem to be occupied elsewhere on the map, possibly with a hero. Looks like there is a hero among all of those bodies on the other side of the map. The Nox still is getting gone on here. Is that hero actually going to go down? King Kirby trying to get out 952. Looks like he will be able to get underneath the tier 2 tower and get away, as the action is still going in here on the left lane. Still trying to do the best we can. Black hole on the 3. They're trying to go for Kung. Chimera going for the Air Jordans, but he's not going to be able to stun out getting out of the black hole. He's going to fall, and now much about one. He seems to be... Nope, he's not actually bugged. They now start doing damage to him. And there it is from the Nox getting the kill. Insert into this fight as well. They should be able to get all of these heroes down. Yep, losing nothing, as seems that LLS are also losing a tier 2 tower in the right lane, or in the process of. Sarah's trying to do everything she can to try to defend it, but right now Decker and Aurora only limited by their limited health pools, and they still managed to get the kill, finishing off the full 5-man 2-man. And yes, the kill was over in the right lane. Well done.
Yeah, that all came about from Nonox. He basically managed to, I think it was first the Muriel ult came down, and then the Moragesh ult on a rampage in his ultimate form, which is not going to do a lot, and then the Bellica ult in the river. So he managed to burn out a lot of abilities. So when the re-engage came, LLS had nothing left in reserve, basically, to try and put some damage in everyone.
Moragesh being kind of aggressive. She wants to go for the 1-for-1 trade, does not manage to get anybody.
Yeah, just trying to get that person, just trying to get down Incer and try and alleviate some pressure on this inhibitor.
He wants to get in this fight. Incer's being... He's able to use the rest of his team as a meat shield, but now he gets put in the front as he's still trying to auto-attack. He's going to get taken out by King Kirby 352. He's actually doing a lot of damage with the Chastise and the everything that she can do here. The Ascension. She's getting right in there, doing the dirty. And Tekri eventually goes over to try to save the team, but it's been a bit late. They don't get the inhib as far as I can tell, although I see no buildings on the map at all, not even cores, so apparently this game is over, according to the Paragon client. But I would still say, using my best educated guess here, that Ascension have a pretty big advantage.
Yeah, but as we saw there, the LLS can still, you know, when those rotations come out, they picked up 2 kills there, so they still got fight in them.
Yep, they definitely do, and looks like the map has fight in it too. As it gets back here, a couple rust breakers on Incer. Interesting choices from him. Those are rust breakers, right?
Yeah, he's got a rust breaker, the Madstone, the Rift Spear, and the Sage's Wood. Oh, and a health pot, sorry.
That's a pretty... Oh, looks like we have an ROF to try to save somebody here. As we're looking at the map, very interesting things going on there. As Sung still trying to get out. Chimera chasing him down, will be able to get the leap out there, but the Revenant uses the ultimate, stopping Kiba Akuma on his rampage for Sung, but unfortunately Rampage is actually on the other team here. 606 Handy trying to get away from here. The Obliterate will be following her. Arcor still going in. That's a Rampage hitting the rock from long range. Containment fence dropped down by Tekker, and now it's a battle. 1v1, or 1v2 actually, as Seraph is trying to go up against the Rampage. Rampage goes into the... Do they still call that growth form? I don't even know. Eventually, he does take her out with the boulder, and that's 3 dead on LLS once again.
Yeah, I've been impressed by Nonox's rampage plays. He's using his ult very effectively, just those dives or just peeling for his team. He's been on point with all of his rocks as well. I don't think I've seen him miss a rock yet.
He has been definitely very good. Incer getting the fight against Moragesh. She really wants to go for 1-for-1, but here she goes 0-for-1. Not even killing off the Decker. Scoreboard once again. I love it. I love seeing the scoreboard. Something that I noticed in the last PCL that I hadn't really seen before. With the buffs to the Mad Score Sash, we are seeing that build up a lot earlier. It looks like the junglers are mostly just going for their Siphon and then picking up the Mad Score Sash right away.
Yeah, I mean, it's so good for them in the jungle. Obviously, they get the mass amount of damage on this. When you think of how much damage it puts out on the like a 5 camp, also it gives you the health regen to help you sustain and the armor to help you sustain. So it's a really good tool for those growth junglers.
Meanwhile, looks like we have a Bellica being chased. Eventually, they do find her with the camera and find her with a kill as well. As Rampage was like, "Where's my team?" It seems like they're getting a couple kills here. He's gonna find a green buff for himself. Revenant will be respawning in 12 seconds. I have to think that Ascension will go for an OP sometime soon.
Yeah, they've got the ability, but they feel like they can press down towers without the OP. That they've been winning the team fights, but I think they need to be careful. But when you're hitting rocks like that all day, every day,
all day, every day. Oh, whoop, oh, oh,
oh,
oh. Okay, this doesn't look good at all for both the stream and for Team LLS. Looks like 606 actually did get a kill. We're back! We're back with the stream, guys. Don't worry. That was not my issue, by the way. This is all on Gameaholix's side.
Yeah, Rampage maybe going a little bit too deep there. The burst enough to overcome his ultimate form at last. Iceman gets killed there by the Ice Hoarfrost. And followed by 606 Arnie there. And Team Ascension are just cleaning up here. In's just allowed to just absolutely. Oh, he's popped into his ultimate, chasing down the Chimera. Believes he's going to dive under the inhibitor, taking no damage. Manages to pick up the kill.
Just a heads up, guys. These stream issues are not on my end at all. This is a quote-unquote clean feed given to us by Gax, and it seems to be having a couple of technical difficulties right now. So, I guess you'll have to bear with us for the end of this game. Again, apologies on that, but I can guarantee you that this is finally not a stream issue on my end. It is 100% theirs, because I actually have a media player that I'm window capturing for this one, and that is where the stream problems are coming from. So, there you go.
Yeah, a very clean, good
Very
cleanup there
clean.
from a very good cleanup there from Team
I can't even
Ascension,
watch
just
this
securing those.
anymore.
Are you getting serious frame rate issues?
It's having frame issues, it's having feed issues because you see the pixelation. This is not good. What the heck? Yeah, it's
I'm
finally
still
not my
quite
fault, guys.
I'm still quite good on the Flash player.
You're good on the Flash player?
Yeah, but it has actually stopped the they've stopped the match and they're messing around with the timer. They don't have protection on the timestamp.
Protection.
Again.
We need protection. Alright, got you. We have a spoiler shield if not anything.
We're currently paused on a rampage in the jungle right now.
Yep, got that. I'm there. I'm sorry about this, guys. I really am. It's not my fault, but I wish we could give you guys something better.
As we see, Chimera going ham on the rampage now. He's pretty low on mana, so I don't think he has enough for his ult. I think this is going to be the death of him in this jungle.
No, I'm not back. I'm not back. Are you actually not getting frame rate issues or anything?
No, I'm good.
Alright. Jesus, take the wheel. You can do it, Nate.
Yeah, we just see Team Ascension cleaning up. We see Insta going on to, I believe it's the Chimera, just trying to do his best to run away now, but unfortunately he has no peel. He's trying to do his best to give him the happy feet through the raptor pit, but I think he's done it. He's managed to get away. He's even outrun the Q from the Revenant, and he's got out. Oh, no. Now I'm getting dropped frame rates.
Getting dropped. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about this, guys.
I really can't do anything about it. Yep, we are aware of the video issue, guys. As we said, we are getting a clean feed straight from Germany, Deutschland. Here from the wonderful guys at Gax giving us this and giving us this wonderful game. So yeah, we're trying to work with it the best we can, but unfortunately they are not allowing us to do our own production in game because reasons. So we have to give you this, which is unfortunately not the same product that you are used to with the PCL, which is why we are not casting this on the PCL channel.
Yeah, and just I'm not sure what feed you're getting now, but we're just seeing that Team Ascension are just cleaning up now. They've got minions under the core, and that's the end of the game. Yeah, they managed to clean up, and Team Ascension take the win.
That's the end of the game?
Yep.
All right, I will go
46 to 9.
I'm going to a break screen because I don't want to watch this anymore. So that was Ascension. I mean, clearly winning the game against LLS. Difficult for us to see at the end, but, you know, yeah, this is... Ascension still doing very well in the tournament so far. And what else can we say about that, honestly?
I mean, I've been really impressed with Team Ascension's plays. The rotations have been on point. The team fighting's been on point. The drafting's been on point. They've drafted to that pick potential team where they've got that double or triple, and they've used it to great effect. The Rampage, No Knocks on the Rampage has done real work. I don't think he's missed any rocks. I think the deck has missed very few stuns. So I've been really impressed by that play.
Can actually show you the ending screen here if anything. Insert going off at 18-4 in terms of kills and deaths. So clearly he didn't need to get as many last hits as the Aurora, getting up to 45 card points anyway with his 18 kills. So clearly a good performance by Ascension.
I mean, you don't need to farm last hits if you're farming last hits on heroes, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess not. So I guess it's time for us to go to a break. We'll see if we can get them to fix this Cleanfeed at all. Hey, we're here on screen. I'm Victo. He's Victo. I'm Ben. And even they can't get that to work right. We'll be right back, guys.